poppin', everybody? My name is Justin Woodward, founder of the Media Indie Exchange, and I am with my other host,
Alex Wilmer. Thank you very much, Justin, for having me here at the BitSummit.
BitSummit.
Yeah, Media Indie Exchange event. It's very exciting. We have a lot of incredible games, a lot of beautiful people to meet, and in a really beautiful place in Kyoto.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is my third time at BitSummit. BitSummit is beautiful. Like, the culture of gaming is strong here. We got Western developers, Eastern developers, developers from all over the world showcasing their games here. And we are gonna get into it to showcase some really, really dope games. We're gonna be streaming for the next couple days. But the first game that we're going to be showcasing, we're gonna go right into the trailer, is
Animal Well.
Let's get into it. And we are back. That was the tremendous trailer from Animal Well. A lot of people have been looking forward to this game. Can you guys please introduce yourselves and what are you guys doing on the game?
Yeah, I'm Billy Basso. I'm the solo developer making this game. And this is my partner Dan.
Yeah, so my name is Dan Edelman. I've been working on indie games for a while now. So I started working with Billy on Animal Well a couple of years ago. And Billy's been, I don't take any credit for everything that's in the game because, Billy is a very honest guy, but he built a custom engine from scratch. It's totally insane, and built everything from the ground up, graphics, art, music, all of that. This guy.
That's awesome. Let's get into the game. I'm going to ask you questions about just development in general, but yeah, it's a couple years. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's going by fast.
It really has, yeah.
That's awesome.
Just jump right into the game, and yeah, we can just kind of talk over it.
Yeah, for sure. And so you made everything from scratch, the whole engine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can you talk a little bit about how you got started in the development of the game?
Yeah, so it was around 2017, I think. It was just kind of an after hours little hobby project that I would just work on for fun, and I enjoy doing a lot of low level programming and kind of understanding how things work. So I was making a real basic 2D game engine. I wanted to learn DirectX and the Windows, how to make a Windows application kind of from scratch. So it started just out as that, and then I was kind of having fun making this basic game. It almost looked like an old Commodore 64 game at the time, where you just move from screen to screen, and the gameplay was pretty basic, and it was it probably looked like an NES game, and then just over the years I just kept going to that project, and whenever I had an idea that I wanted to try, and just kept kind of stuffing stuff in there and layering on, and just kept getting more and more elaborate, and as started trying out different rendering techniques. So the lighting is all kind of
lighting is dope. It looks really cool.
Yeah, that's been a slow process over the years. I feel once a year I add a new type of shadow to the game.
Really?
Yeah. So there's.
Can you tell us about the game? People who don't know what the game is about and
yeah. So. In Animal Well, you play as this kind of circle blob character who doesn't have a name or an origin story, and you hatch from this flower, and the game doesn't give you any explanation about where you are or what you're supposed to do, so it's kind of just up to you to follow your intuition and explore this kind of surreal subterranean like garden well environment. And like as you explore there, you'll find lots of like different creatures, and you don't know which ones are like hostile or some might be helpful to you, and there's just like lots of secrets and mysteries everywhere. So it's kind of just like this big like underground garden of secrets that you get to become intimately familiar with and explore.
It looks really, really cool. So what are you doing right now, Dan? Like what area of the game? Is this the very beginning?
Yeah, so I just hatched from my flower, and let me go over here to the left. So there was this door to the left that I opened, and you can see there's like 3 yellow lights there, which indicate that there were 3 buttons I had to press, and I had to figure out how to access each of the 3 buttons. And spoiler alert, I already know how to do that,
Okay.
but I tried to play as if I was like, how do I figure that out? And then there's also a pathway here that there's this ghost guy that was chasing me, and now that I have gotten these firecrackers, I can go back in this room and toss a firecracker, which the light from the firecracker just basically dissipates the ghost. And so,
that's cool.
So, and I found that like right after I opened that door, and that gave me access to the firecrackers. So once I kind of get out of this area, climb up this ladder over here. There's a little bunny over there. What's he doing? We don't know. You'll have to figure that out. And then found the map. So this is the current map I've explored so far. And this is kind of an intro area. It's kind of like a tutorial without being a tutorial. So you kind of have to figure out how the mechanics work in this kind of relatively safe area. And then this brings you to the overworld. And from here I could go left, I could go right. There's a telephone over here to the right, which is where I can save my progress. And so I'll just kind of keep heading right, and I'll just go up this ladder here. But I could go kind of anywhere.
What's the significance of those statues that you had there? Is that like a secret that's going to be unraveled as you keep going through the game?
Yeah, they do play into kind of the overall structure of the game. I won't say explicitly what they're for, but they have a purpose, and it'll become clear on like a kind of a normal playthrough.
Oh, okay.
Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, it's really interesting how you have like the passive physics with the vines and branches and stuff like that. That's pretty rad.
Yeah, for a long time they were just like basic sprites that I was just getting really tired of looking at. So a lot of times I just I'm like, what is the most boring thing on the screen, and how can I jazz it up? So yeah, the vines. They're not only they're like fun to play with, but they also do have like a gameplay mechanic where they conceal different areas. So and then there's also they kind of interact with some of your items. And
is that a chinchilla?
That is a chinchilla. Yes.
Extremely cute.
Thank you. His ears.
Oh, that's dope.
His ears are animated.
So much so intricate. What was some of the inspiration behind the development of the game?
So I finally just realized recently that a lot of my inspiration comes from just walking around my neighborhood, and there's all these lawn ornaments and all my neighbors' statues that of these weather beaten animal decorations. So I kind of just realized I'm making this big world that is all just kind of kitschy Midwest lawn ornaments. But also, just wanted to feel like this kind of eccentric collection of curiosities. But yeah, then as far as games go, it's taking a lot of inspiration from older Nintendo games, the design philosophy of you're kind of the game kind of teaches you itself how to play. And you're kind of it kind of coerces you into figuring something out, like without you always realizing it. So like I'm a big fan of like Mario 2, just kind of
Love
like
Mario 2.
because it's like kind of the uncanny weird
It's so
one.
freaking weird.
Yeah, and I want to like capture that like kind of weirdness in this game where like I'm trying not to like really fall in the trap of like the typical like creepy but cute like kind of aesthetic that you see a lot, and I'm trying to make something a little more unusual. And so yeah, that and like it's like overall it's like a Metroidvania, so in structure because you're getting items and you're kind of backtracking and like. But then more modern games like Fez, which isn't even that modern anymore, it's like over 10 years old. But the way that game has sort of knowledge base like riddles at the end of it, and just trying to like kind of put layers into the game, so like people, like a lot of people, they'll be able to play through and have a good time and get to the ending, but then there's a lot of optional secrets, and then I want to put like almost like ARG style puzzles into the game that only like really dedicated people will even figure out are there, and we'll be able to like sort of collaborate together on.
That's really cool. And you said the Midwest. What area? Where are you coming from? I mean, you're all the way out here in Kyoto. Is this your first time?
This is my first time in Kyoto. We were at TGS last September, so that was my first time in Japan. So I'm in Chicago and Dan's in Seattle.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's cool that you're taking from your environment. I think it's like the best inspiration. Because then you're not really, it's kind of a trap to say, what is your inspiration? Because then people are like, oh, we want you to take all of these elements and that's how you got it. But it's really cool that you're exploring something that is in your own environment and using your imagination to make something new. That's awesome.
Yeah, I feel like I'm very conscious of like where I'm taking inspiration from. I'm playing Tears of the Kingdom right now, and I'm like, I can't copy anything. This game has like so many good ideas, but I'm like, everybody's going to be copying this game for the next few years. It's just like packed with amazing ideas. So I'm like, I gotta look elsewhere. But you're in your like local areas. Like, it's good. People can't. It's like guaranteed to be some level of unique because like the game industry is like more of a international thing.
Yeah, for sure. This may be random, Dan, but
yes,
because I met you when you were at Nintendo. Right?
Yeah,
and you're like the games that you choose to work, like the developers you choose to work with, they're very much crafts people, right? I was gonna say craftsmen, but I don't want to get canceled. So like,
too late.
Oh my God,
we just started.
No, I'm just messing around. But yeah, like, how did you guys meet and how like get connected?
Yeah, so Billy reached out to me, and that's one of the things I tried to kind of do is like not reach out proactively to too many developers and be like, hey, I can make you successful, because I don't know if I can. Like, I'll do my best, but I always want to try to help people as best I can. But it starts out much better if we can come from a place where where the developer is saying like, I know how to make a game, I don't necessarily know how to bring it to market, and like, how do I reach out to Nintendo, to Sony, Microsoft, and I need help with that. And then so that it's a good meeting of the minds. It's like, okay, I can help you with that. And and so Billy reached out. I think he saw me from a documentary that we did with Tom Happ on Axiom Verge, and like just saw some of the stuff I was doing with Tom, and so it was kind of an analogous kind of situation. So that's I assume why Billy reached out, and it's been a great partnership so far.
Yeah, I think there was a line in that documentary where Tom Happ was like, if Dan were working with me, like, I would have gotten a much better deal with Sony. And I was like, oh, I want to work with Dan.
That's hilarious. Yeah, because I remember we were working together.
Yeah, back when I was at Nintendo, and that was a long time ago now.
Yeah. So, but then the Accident Version, you started to showcase games at the Mix.
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah, I've been super lucky since I left Nintendo that like really talented developers have found me because like I can't do and like I can't make Animal Well. Like that's I know my own limitations, and it's like as much as I would love to be able to make something like this, I just can't. So like being able to partner with someone like Billy and like help them bring it to the world. I remember like when Billy first showed it to me, I think he had like 200 followers on Twitter, and like nobody knew about the game, and it was like, man, we're just like kind of starting from scratch in terms of getting the word out there, but like I was like, the world needs to know about this game, and I didn't want it to fly under the radar.
Yeah, no, that's super cool. Now you're popping on Twitter, Threads. Like.
I don't know about Threads, but and I don't know about Twitter even. But yeah, on the Mix live stream during BitSummit. That's where I am right now.
No, it's super awesome. So some of the hubbub has been like Donkey. How did that like kind of come into play? Like, how did you get connected?
Yeah, that was kind of like almost random in a way. Like we were at Tokyo Game Show back in September, as Billy said, and I took a selfie with Shu, who was there, and I just tweeted it, and like an Animal Well was in it, and I didn't realize, but like Leah B was already following Animal Well, and Donkey had actually given Animal Well a shout out during his Summer Game Fest video, and so I just wrote to Leah, and I was like, and Leah followed me, so I wrote back to her, and I was like, hey, thanks for following me, and thanks for following Animal Well. We're excited that you're interested in the game. And then she was like, we haven't announced this yet, but we're going to be announcing soon that we're starting up the new publishing label. And I was like, we should definitely talk about that, because just the chance to work with both Donkey and Leah, they're both really great people, and it's been a great partnership with them.
That's really cool. So what is coming up next for Animal? Like when is their
launch?
How do we get the game?
Yeah, where do we go? Yeah, or when is it? I know that may be a tough thing. But.
We don't have like a release date yet, but I will say, finally reached like the development milestone where like you can finish the game and there's like credits, and so like it's starting to feel like it's getting close to being done. I'm working on like a lot of like end game content and to polish and bug fixing, and we don't know quite yet, but I'll just say it's getting close.
That's awesome. It looks fantastic every time I see it.
Thank you.
It's really sick. So where can we find more about Animal Well and just the team and stuff?
So our Steam page, so if you just look up Animal Well on Steam, we'd appreciate all the wish lists.
Yes, wish
so
listing.
Thank you in advance for wish listing. We've also announced for PlayStation 5 and Switch.
Nice.
So it'll be there as well.
And where can we find your amazing Instagram account? Just like throwing out socials now?
No, I don't like that one either. I'm on Twitter at animal_well, and my personal account's Billy_Basso, BILLY_BASSO. And then I think there's an Instagram. I never post on it though. We're on Mastodon. I don't really post on that either.
But, trying to stay off of Twitter these days. It's really like,
for sure.
I don't know if I want to support white supremacy. So there's that, and then the whole like, should we be on Threads? And it's like, Mark Zuckerberg's not that great either. So it's like, how do we live without social media these days?
I think it's time to like reevaluate.
You can put you in a mean armbar though.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. This is great.